I've got a league match against What a Shame. Here they are, scoring a lot of goals, conceding a lot of goals. Should have checked the. I think we want to go direct ball, like we are. You can see our lineup. We got Comis back from injury. We're going to play this 4-3-3. Direct ball. We got quite a variation of substitutes here to shift this around. You know, if it's things aren't working and we want to change stuff up. Okay, I mean already, okay, let's just quickly pause. Alright, I've thought about it and unpaused. Just let it play out a little bit, because we might as well get the information. Was it lucky? Okay, so in 10 minutes, 11 minutes, we've had one shot, and I've had two. So probably we can hope to get a little bit better than this. We're going to go counter-attacking, and we're going to go a bit more defensive as well, because we're winning. That's why we went. That's why we brought the holding midfielder back. We've defended the chances that they've thrown at us, but we also haven't created anything ourselves. Okay, well, we've had a shot. I mean, just gonna pause it for a second again, and we'll go short passing now, just to try it. We have to be a little bit careful here, because we haven't created much ourselves at all, and we are winning, and they haven't created much, so we don't want to do something stupid and sort of just concede a goal. I'm pretty comfortable with this isn't. And we have defended a lot of chances here, I'm sure of it. Right, this short passing isn't creating much either. One chance, but it's not much. I think we're better off just sort of going back to this bit more deeper end. Bit more direct, because we just a bit more solid defensively that way, and we're not creating much anyway. You know, we tried a few things. We tried a few things out. I think the thing that created the most was actually the short passing, so we'll go back and go high pressing, and well, unfortunately what we do know is that nothing created much for us, so let's just, as you can see, we push players a bit more forward with the short passing, hoping that it will allow us to sort of control the flow of the match a bit better and maybe create some chances. Yeah, okay. So now that'll trying to think what we I think we want to make a sub here. I feel like this short passing thing is actually working a bit for us, so I think we probably want to make a sub that I think we just want to keep playing into the short passing thing, I believe. I was going to say sub off Montenegro is what we're about to do, but maybe not. I know I'm going to regret this, but let's go back to counter-attacking. Oh, okay. I mean, I think we're okay now. We just dominated that little patch. Probably, I don't know, maybe the short passing was probably dominating. Maybe we want to just, play to get the most out of that. Something like this. We should be able to dominate possession with this type of lineup. What we want to do though is we want to sub off. We want to save our third sub just in case this blows up in our face. We should be able to properly dominate possession with a tactic like this. Just flood them out of the game, just overpower them. Because we were already doing that anyway, and now we've just really packed out the midfield. We might not, well, hopefully if we dominate the possession enough, that, ouch. Maybe we want to, now it's a bit stupid, but maybe we want to, so I think we just want to dominate the match and just, we can just trade goals with them like this all day, I guess. Makes me realise that actually maybe, I mean, the short passing has really dominated this, so it's something maybe we should keep in mind in the future, because we really have controlled this match since we've used it as a tactic. Yeah, and we've just gone a little bit more defensive. we've just controlled the match too much to. They're not going to score 2 goals, and rather have given us the chance to score another goal, which we did. So yep, really just one of those matches classically why being online is such an advantage, because we've, sometimes we change stuff and maybe it doesn't work, but this time we've changed stuff and it definitely does work. And even when we change stuff and things don't work, very rarely would I imagine it's going to give us worse results on average. Even when we make mistakes, we change things and we make mistakes. That's still far superior to changing nothing. But then obviously there's matches like this where we change things and we do it, and we just dominated. We've ended up blowing past them when it was all in the balance. A couple shots each team, 1 goal each. It looked like the match was sort of headed nowhere except probably a draw, and then bang, 5 goals we scored in a half. So make of that what you will. I believe the tactical changes had something to do with it. And for us, it is something that we kept assuming that we have brought in some players to improve our overall quality a little bit. So maybe we can do stuff like play short passing like this sometimes. Obviously we can sometimes, it's just how often. So, where does that leave us? Well, actually, as you can see, this looks remarkably different from when we last looked. Only 2 teams now projected above 70. 4th is actually all the way down to 66. 65. Actually, despite all of our struggles, like I said, I always felt like the better chance here was that we were only going to end up with, if we made the top 4, it was going to be with a mid-60s, and we just happened to nick somebody on goal difference or something like that. So, or by a point. Basically, I felt like for us to get into top 4 probably had more to do with how much these guys slip up than us just achieving something completely unrealistic. 70 plus points isn't realistic, but for us maybe mid-60s is realistic. Well, not realistic, but more achievable. Over 70 something points just isn't. When you look at our season so far, it's just unrealistic to think that we're going to pick up 9 wins in our remaining 11 fixtures, right? We're not going to win to get 70 points. So to get 70 something points, we'd have to do better than 9 wins in 11 fixtures. We're not going to do that. To get 65 points, however, we need 22 points. And, that's 7 wins and a draw in 11 fixtures, which is a tall order. But that feels like in the realms of possibility. Whereas 9 wins from 11 fixtures just feels impossible when you consider how we've done so far this season. So, and yet I still think we're about to play the cup fixture, so we're going to know, let's play it and see if we get knocked out or not. But it's going to be against the lads. We're going to play it now. Or, well, let's play it and then talk about it. Alright, cheers. Thanks very much.